As a year go by, it was about a year ago, I sat here with a very similar score against the #1 team in the country again. So, hats off to Coach Calipari and his staff for being able to reload so quickly. And really, like I said last year, what I'm most impressed with what Coach Cal has done is their guys play as a group, they play as a unit, they play as a team, and it gives them a chance to get better. You don't see guys out there trying to play individual basketball. You see young guys trying to make plays for each other and really trying to execute the things that Kentucky tries to do. And I think that's very hard to do in this day and time, to bring in such talented guys and have them have them mesh as a group so quickly. I was proud of my team tonight. I thought we fought hard. I thought Kentucky kind of forced us to make some mental mistakes that we don't normally see. Their quickness, their length, at times bothered us. For us to have 17 turnovers, that's a lot for us. And I thought that was the difference in the game, is we turned it over too many times. And then they ended up getting 18 offensive rebounds, way too many. We're down 6 or 8 in the second half, and the kid Matthews comes off the bench and gets 3 offensive rebounds. I thought that really hurt us as well. So, all in all, I was pleased with how hard we fought, but you can't make those type of mistakes against a team like that and put yourself in a position to win the game.
Coach, you mentioned last year. How much do you think that helped your guys overcome Kentucky's fast start and come back to that 10-0 hole?
Well, let's hope that it definitely helps. We were obviously rattled right away from the tip, and they got off to a clean start. But our guys are fighters. They're not going to back down. I'm proud of that. They showed a level of resiliency that we're going to need to be successful. Hopefully last year helped, but I thought we were able to get something out of this game tonight, even though we came out with a loss. I thought our guys should feel good about the effort they gave tonight.
Coach, the second year in a row you managed to keep the game really close in the first half, and it kind of got away in the second. What do you think you kind of done in the first half again this year to keep it that way, and what changed in the second half, do you think?
Yeah, you guys have watched enough basketball. You have to be able to sustain, whether it's offense or defense, you got to be able to sustain it over the course of 40 minutes. And as the game gets longer, it's harder to sustain. It becomes a little more mental, a little more physical. And in both years, the game got away from us in the second half. In the first half, we're kind of able to pack it a little bit. We wanted to force them to make contested jump shots. We wanted to keep them out of the lane, whether we were zone or man. We kind of wanted to keep them out of the lane. And in the first half, we did a decent job of that. And I thought also we were able to get our shooters open for some threes that made it close. And then in the second half, I thought they did a better job clamping down on our three-point shooters. And then I thought they continually applied their pressure where there was, getting the ball inside and using their size to score. And over time, they just kind of wore us down.
Any other questions for Coach Jones?
Coach, how do you just kind of compare last year's Kentucky team versus this one?
Well, they're both remarkable teams. They're both, really talented teams. Obviously, last year probably had more depth than this year's team. I thought the girth and size of last year's team was unbelievable. This year's team, the guards might be a little more skilled. Briscoe, Ulis, and Murray might be a little more skilled than the guys that were playing the bulk of the minutes last year. But both teams are very, very talented. Both teams are very long. Both teams execute at a pretty nice level. Both teams played as a group. I just thought last year's team probably had a little more depth up to this point in the season. But to be #1 again, I mean, it's unbelievable. To be able to do that again is unbelievable, and losing all those guys.
Coach, what are your impressions of Labissiere?
He really hurt us. Just his length, reminds me of like Sam Perkins. He's got just a soft touch around the rim. Very skilled player. Just hard to guard. Hard to guard. And he goes to the offensive glass pretty well. But I really like him as a player, and I think his upside is phenomenal. I think he's got a chance to to be a really, really good player at the next level.
Coach, what did you think of the way Nathan played and something of a
Duvernay?
Yeah,
Oh,
homecoming for him?
I love Nathan Duvernay. I just love his toughness. He's just a winner. You know, he just wants to win. He could care less about his own personal stats. You know, he puts winning ahead of everything. He's been a 4-year starter. You know, he's the heart and soul of our team. He just brings a level of toughness and competitiveness to the table. You know, and we're lucky to have him. He's been terrific. Someone that I'm going to really miss after next season. It was good to bring him home. I don't know about coming back here twice, but at least once it's been good to bring him back.
Any other questions for Coach Jones? Not, Coach, thank you very much.
You guys have a nice Thanksgiving.